Hey everyone, it's me, ThomasFan95, here again with the first layout showcase on my channel. I've built plenty of layouts in my lifetime, most of which are on my furaffinity layouts folder. Check my gallery for that. But this is the first layout that I'm showcasing on YouTube as well. And it's quite possibly one of the biggest layouts I've ever built, so yeah. So to start off, here we are at the big station. On one platform is Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle, and on the other platform is Gordon with his express, and Burry's right next to Thomas. The reason why I call this a big station is because, well, to be honest, it could be any big station like Knapford or Tidmouth. And right next to that is the town. You can see Bulgy right there. Yeah. Big station in a big town. And right by the big station is the junction. There's one line going down and around, and another line that goes down and around, but it's a bit shorter. We're gonna go with the layout. We're gonna go with this line right here. Sorry if I'm talking crazy, this is unscripted, but this is supposed to be the Brendam branch line. It starts at Wellsworth, which is usually at a big junction, but I have the Wellsworth cider mill right on the middle of the branch line. Then down that line we have the post office. It's the only building that isn't a part of big town itself. It's morally its own thing. And then we have Brendam Docks. Trevor's here because, yeah, he works at the harbor sometimes. There's Bulstrode over here and Cranky. And for the engines and rolling stock, we've got Harvey and the breakdown train on this siding close to the bridge. Diesel with two cargo cars. Both of them have faces I made on. And Salty's on this longer line that goes a bit further back. Into the dark corners is the Sodor Aquarium. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I haven't really incorporated this into any of my layouts for a while, mostly because it's not the most realistic destination. Alright, it's kind of too dark to see, but the track goes down for a bit and stops at some buffers, and the engine that's here is Lady with an aquarium car. Yeah, I couldn't find anywhere else to put them, so I'm putting them right there. Okay, now we're going down this line right here. Also, that signal keeps falling over constantly, so I'm just laying it down. Anyways, we go down the middle line and up onto the bridge, and we can see Rosie pulling the gumball truck, an empty chocolate truck, the chicken van, and a brake van. Alright, let me get... Yeah, it's really hard to maneuver around, especially when you're big. Anyways, we go down here, the ascending track, and we are at the junction. We're gonna go down this way first, and down that line leads to the quarry. Oh, knocked over Henry right there. Anyways, this is the first quarry that I've incorporated into any of my layouts, literally. None of my layouts until now have had a quarry. I'm really glad that I was able to implement that here. Alright. So, down here at the... Yeah, let me just go to the entrance first. There's a road crossing, because... Yeah, feels fitting. And then we have two sidings that go all the way down, with Bill and Ben and some trucks. And there's another siding right here that leads to Marion, who's literally never had a purpose on any of my layouts until now. She's usually just stayed at the bottom of my box of engines and stuff, so pretty glad to have her on here. Okay, then we go down this line, and this track leads to sheds. This track leads to the forest where Terrence is working. The thing about me is whenever I build a layout, I have a forest full of trees and I put Terrence right in the middle of it. Alright, moving back now, there's a T-switch that leads right to the sheds. You can see it. There's Edward, Percy, Toby, Sir Tom Henry, Duck, and James. The only main characters here that I couldn't really put anywhere else because those spots were taken. And yeah, down this line is a windmill. Yeah, I had to incorporate a windmill somewhere on this line. And it goes right around here to the water tower. And that's pretty much it for the standard gauge layout. Now we move on to a narrow gauge layout, which is also a first. I've never had a narrow gauge layout on any of my layouts. So we start at Croven's Gate, which it's puny compared to the Croven's Gate in the TV series and railway series. But it gets a basic point across. Standard gauge line with narrow gauge sheds, or in this case a shed. And here we have Scarloey and Stepney right next to each other. And Rheneas is taking some coaches. Alright, so I'm going to go down here. We pass over this crossing and then to this switch. One line leads to Slate Quarry, but we're going to take a full trip around this first before we head there. We go around that track, we go around the stone walls, then we go up and around looping, over the bump, over the crossing again, down the line, across this bridge, and here we are at the wharf, or lakeside, if you prefer. Yeah, all it's here is this weird crane. Then we go around loop, and now we're back here. We're gonna go down this line again, and we're going down to the Slate Quarry. There's a crane right at the entrance. And here we have Duncan with 2 trucks. And then the layout just loops around under my bed. And here we have Luke with some more trucks by the battery charging station. Well, that's what it's supposed to be called, but I'm using it as a Slate Quarry building. I mean, this thing right here looks like a winch. And it just goes all the way around and back here again. If the camera will focus. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, this is the entire Slate Quarry. This whole narrow gauge railway, it's... Yeah, the original Scarloey Railway will definitely put this one to shame, but I'm glad to have been able to incorporate that in my layout as well as Quarry. Alright, so, yep, this was a video on my Thomas & Friends wooden railway layout. I hope you guys enjoyed.